Happy man with his coffee.
Who knew? Maxxis is the place to go. Motocross morning.
Everyone's there.
Oh, it was like, I walked in and there was 3 or 4 different like bunches of motocrossers.
Dean just
like
went to
groups.
the drive-through too.
And then I was like, I saw Dean in the window and he must have spotted me before I spotted him.
Yeah.
And I was like, said to Bailey, I was like, oh, there's another one. And then Dean's like got his phone out videoing me.
Alright, we're here at Toowoomba retro round, so pretty stoked with how the bike come up. We went the Elsinore look, so I think that's like a Honda's original motocross bike. I think come up sweet. It's always fun with backyard design just to have a play and see what we can come up with. So come with how that looks. Track looks awesome. We've made a couple small changes this weekend. So we got Dean back as mechanic. He's always unreal. He's like super helpful, does as much as you want, and then he's always screaming on the pit board and stuff, so that's going to be cool for the day. Plus I went out and bought us some race fuel, so we're basically a factory now. Running race fuel for the first time. It should be cool. Like I did ride yesterday just to test it out, and I feel like it made a difference. So I didn't honestly expect to even notice anything, but I did actually notice a bit of difference there. So yeah, looking forward to it. Track looks unreal, the weather looks good. Keen to go out and have some fun. The schedule's a little bit different this weekend, so they've gone practice and qualifying separate. Typically it's together. So we've got a 13-minute practice first up, just free practice, and then after that we've got a 15-minute qualifier about an hour later. So gonna go just try to gel with the track, flow around a little bit in practice, and then just put in and make sure we're in that super cold today. Different Toowoomba.
Different Toowoomba?
It's a fair bit different, yeah.
Yeah, how so?
It's like they've tried to not go over the top with the watering.
Yeah.
And in spots there's just no ruts, it just like crumbles.
I was going to say it looks like it's not
sucks
deep.
for them because like they tried super hard obviously, but yeah, they just blew it in a couple spots.
Oh no.
And it's like, I don't know if they'll get it back now either. Like maybe they'll try to prep it, but it's just like, there's bolt corners where it's just rock.
Really?
Mm.
Just go out and beautiful.
Yeah, okay. What was the time? Not that mattered. Where was I sitting?
You were 8th.
Yeah.
Dean was fastest at a 51.3, you did a 55.9. He was like sending it every lap though. Like
yeah,
he must be, I think he was just like, let's go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was just saying that one of the corners would have been over a second. Just that one corner.
Yeah.
Like just keep the momentum and don't hit that bump. Yeah, just drift wide.
Just a little, only this way. You just don't go in.
Do they start the same spot as me, but then they drift wide?
They just a touch wider right from the start. You just miss that rut.
What corner is this?
After the new big rollover thing.
Yeah, okay.
I was just going through because it was like, that was one of the blown out spots.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like coming in, it's tacky, then it just nothing because we're trying to push off rock. And then it sort of goes tacky again, but it's like, because of the push off, it's just like a big hole, then a hump back up onto the tack. And I was sort of being cautious, popping up, then going, or is he saying they were just flying around the outside of it?
Yeah, okay.
He knows those differences as well. that's exactly what I've been working on. It's just hard here because I think you come into the corner so fast because of little downhills. So it's like, it's so hard to get yourself to let go of the front brake. And then up the top of the hill, I needed to, I just thought about it when I was over there too. I lost a bit there. I was
before Skyline or?
Yeah, before Skyline. So I come in.
Did you slide on the ramp on one of them? It looked like kind of like
a little bit, yeah. It wasn't too bad. But like I come around, I was taking this inside line because it's super obvious. Like you can see the rut, you can just charge in. But it's got a big kick and it's like all sketchy. And then I noticed there's a nice smooth one coming out, but I hadn't tried it. So like I sent it in there, and then I was sort of like coming in. I was like, oh, which rut, and then where? And I took the wrong one, and then I was like patient rather than like the reason that rut was good was because you could attack out, and I didn't attack out. Hey man, it's my van. Yeah. Where's the motorbikes?
There?
They fast?
Fast.
Yeah. It's scary fast. Rum.
It's good viewing track, so you'll be able to see a lot of it. You can watch the lights, boys.
Yeah.
Because they have to carry speed. They don't have that horsepower, so their roll speed has to be good, and they have to. Their technique has to be pretty much on.
Yeah.
To be able to get out of those turns.
I think it's good too. Like you've kind of been just out of the Super Pole, but you haven't been feeling comfy. If you felt comfy and you were just out, like it is an improvement.
You think of the whole series, how many times have you come in after qualifying and actually, the one I've been to, you actually said, oh, it sucks, it actually felt good.
Okay, the chaos has just started to settle down. It's lunchtime right now, so got a bunch of people here grabbing a bunch of stickers and posters and whatever else, which is always super cool. If you're at the races, so the last two, obviously this one's a bit late, but if you're at QMP or Coolum, make sure to come over, say hey, check out the pit, check out the bike. Yeah, we always got some giveaway stuff and whatever at the end of the days too, so come and see us. So practice qualifying for me. Practice was solid, I felt good, just sort of flowed around and put in a decent time, and then qualifying I went out first. I always like to go out in first, and I felt pretty solid, but there was just a few things where I wasn't quite attacking, and then the very last lap I was like, I'm just going to send it, put in. I saw I was in P11, so I just went for it, and I like come over the line. I was like, that was sick, that was a really good lap. And I come in, I was like, yep, definitely going to be in Super Pole this week, but I missed it by 0.2 of a second. I think I was still P11 and Medi just got me, so I was definitely frustrated with it, but honestly I rode well, so the guys sort of calmed me down a little bit. It's like, don't get frustrated, you're happy with how you rode, so it's all good. Me and Luke sat down, spoke about a bit of the track, and then we went and watched MX2 and also Super Pole. So where I'm losing it, I'm basically flowing through the turns really well, but then I sort of roll in and then I just continue the roll up through out of the section rather than roll in, set up, and then bang, like attack. So that's the goal for the motos, is just get that little bit extra attack. But the track's already, it's not real deep, so it's already starting to bake out. We'll go out, really have a good look in sight lap and just see what we can come up with.
Bringing the current partners, on everything and partnering with Honda, right? I think it's a good sign for you at Dino X. You've had a few years with injuries, and it's
Okay, I actually just snuck up here on the track, take a bit of a look. So you can definitely see in behind me, I'm not sure if you guys can see, it's like it's super tacky, but you got the ruts in the turns. They started to curl over, but actually out of the turns it started to go that like hard pack sort of blue groovy. It's not blue groove yet because it's still wet, but it's definitely going to start laying some rubber down very soon. It's going to be probably one of the hottest days we've had in ages, especially at Toowoomba, plus the wind's out. So you can see like on that finish line jump, I'll get a bit of a shot of it. It's like it's just baked in concrete. I see they typically never prep tracks between our rides, and they're out there with the rotary hoe, I think, just making sure the track doesn't go away too much because we've still got, well, a full day's racing basically. But interesting to see how the track's forming up. I'm keen just to get out there. I'm going to go warm up now, and yeah, just want to show something a little bit different. They got us pitted with the big boys this weekend. We put up a pretty cool little MXstore setup with Brisbane Motorcycles and Maxxis and everybody, so it's cool that they're rewarding us. So got the trucks, all the boys here. And then, how you going, man? And then we just tucked up the back, so We're getting closer and closer every time.
So she like didn't even, we were like talking to him, it was so funny. By the end of the day, they just became
Stealing the kids' fruit.
I'm just like a little kid. If it's not mine, I want it.
So what do you and Lukey talk about?
I've been wanting to do it for a while, like actually print out a track map or draw one or something, and basically just go through the whole track, talk about which lines we saw that were good. Obviously sight lap might change it because you'll see different stuff, but for the most part you'll see what looked good out there, and then where we can sort of implement and find some time from earlier. So yeah, just went over a few of those things which we'd already discussed, but just went over a little bit more detail, a little bit more fresh in your mind just before we go out. So sort of have a game plan from lap one, because like I feel good off the gate, so hopefully I can like nail one of these starts. Just if I do what I did in practice, I'll be up there. So do that off the start, and then just piece my first couple laps together with charging. And if you've got a plan, that's always easier.
Yeah, this waiting room shut in 3 minutes.
Yeah. Oh shit. That got away.
Great thing. So he's sitting back there again, just off the back of that CEO Yamaha. These guys are right now in the top 10 right now. Dean Barrett out front, third in second, 3.1 seconds behind. Aaron Tan, CEO Yamaha Motorex in third.
You good? Yep.
Yep. Okay, P12 Moto 1. The moto itself actually was pretty solid. I just lost my flow, just completely lost it midway through. My start, jumped out of the gate, that was sweet, and then I wheelied, so I was around 10 to 15 range, which was solid, and then I sort of made some good moves, some bad moves, and I felt like I had speed, had good lines. I was charging, caught some guys. There was a group of myself, Regan Duffy, Luke Zielinski, Zach Watson, and was in a pretty tight battle there, and then I just took some silly lines trying to make passes, and sort of it just completely threw me out of my flow. And then that whole rest of the moto was a bit of a struggle from there, and yeah, finished P12. But the goal for this next one is I want to just maintain that flow, push all the way through, and be in that top 10. That's where I feel like I know I belong, was inside that top 10, so that's the goal, that's what we're going to aim for. Execute the start a little bit better. Again, out of the gate was good, but the next part of the start I need to execute. But yeah, so we're just about to head out. Before I do, I want to give a shout out. We're doing our round by round sponsors, as you guys know. So we got Cow Concrete. I've jumped on for this round. Actually met him down in Gilman. Had a good chat, and he said he's keen to jump on board with the round by round sponsor. So he's on for Toowoomba. Massive shout out to those guys. Search them if they're in your local area. Hit them up if you need some concrete needs, I guess. And also we've maintained biking. So biking guys are actually on for the rest of the season, which is awesome. So massive shout out to those guys. I met Joel and some of the crew come out today to actually watch the race, and so yeah, I'm a massive shout out to all the supporters and stuff, all you guys, all the sponsors you see in here behind me. We're going to go and try to make us proud.
Charge down, and it rolls into the main line. Eventually, that apex, it beats up, but then it's there's a jump, so it's going to come into the second turn. It really looks like.
Really pushing hard on the race day.